Wilson Morales from Black Women TV talking to Shane Johnson. Wow. You was an OG, I looked it up. You were the most tenured player in the Power universe.
Bro, I think when you break it down, I have done more episodes of Power than anybody.
Yeah, you have 63. Michael has 53.
I'm like the OG original longest, and obviously Joe Sikora, but Joe Sikora is kind of behind us because they're a few seasons behind us. So yeah, as of now, the reality is I will be surpassed, but as of this moment in time, I'm the man.
You were the man, so talk to me about, when you got that script, it says, it's time. Wow. You're at the end pages.
Yeah.
So how did that come about when, just when you knew the time was going to come out? Your last name is not St. Patrick or Tejada. It's like, okay, everybody's got a shelf life, but you managed to keep Shane in the game, keep Saxe in the game. You beat the odds until now.
Yeah. I'll say this, man. I am nothing but grateful to Stars, to Courtney, to the Power universe. The fact that the guy that showed up, I have one line in the pilot. The first episode of Power, I have one line, dude. And here we are today. That was 2013. Here we are in 2023 having this conversation. So I'm nothing but blessed. And does it feel like it's too soon? Yeah. But the reality is it would always feel that way. When I found out that I was getting it, that it was done, it was like a whole mix of emotions, man. I went from being like a hot mess where I was like, wait, what? To trying to figure out, how I would deal with this personally. And in my mind, I was like, I always thought Tommy would kill me for some reason. I thought I'd be over on Tommy's show and he would kill me off. But the other thing that's kind of tricky with this, when it comes to this production and Stars and shows like this, is that we shot this thing over a year ago.
Really? This particular scene?
Like 14 months ago.
Wow.
And so I've been holding on to this for all this time. And I've been working on other stuff. I've been making movies and doing other TV shows and doing all kinds of stuff. And holding on to this thing is like kind of a secret, that I can't talk about. And so it's been the reality is when it aired last night, it was bittersweet. I was heartbroken. I mean, it was hard to watch. But then I was also relieved because I was like, okay, I'm free. Not Cooper Saxe. Shane Johnson is free to kind of be,
With the amount of time you put on the show, did you have a little bit of latitude as far as saying, how do I go out? It had to be Theo of all people? Theo?
Wilson, man, I'm with you. If I'm being real right now, I did not think that it was going to be somebody like that. All respect to Jordan, who played that character. He's a great actor, but originally, that was Redman. But in my mind, it was, like I said, I thought it was going to be Tommy. Listen. Everybody knew. There's no secret. Everybody knew that Cooper Saxe wasn't going to make it out of this Power universe. That he was.
No, here's the thing. You know what you had going for you? You was white.
I was one of the few white people left.
I go 50 makes a big thing. He says my show is not a black show. We've got white, we got black, we got Latino, we've got all people, all races in this show. And as long as you was on that show, you're like, yeah, he's keeping the quota a lot. But now with Jenny there, we're like, we can get rid of Shane now.
Right. So with me, I always thought it was going to be, Tommy. If it wasn't going to be Tommy, I thought it was going to be Tariq. Maybe, and this would have been intense, but man, the most intense, messed up, incredible, heartfelt version of it would be if Method Man did it, because there was a little bit of, and I know that there was like a love-hate thing between me and Davis McLean, Saxe and Davis McLean, but I feel like there was also an understanding and a camaraderie and a brotherhood that was there. And so for him to face me down and have to end me would have really been something that I thought would stick with him. His brother doing it was unexpected. It was unexpected.
Seeing Cooper Saxe throughout the years from Power to Ghost, at what point do you see a shift in his loyalty where he changed, and it seemed like he was just trying to do whatever he can to still be in the mix, even though as dangerous as he knew the situation that he put himself into?
Well, to answer that, I would say this. I feel like, Cooper Saxe was in a situation where he never seemed to win ever that we saw. Now, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have some cases out there that he was killing it and he was doing a good job. But in the Power universe, he literally never had a W. And he'd have like a micro win followed by like a huge loss, like every time. And so I think over time, what happened is Cooper Saxe just got more and more desperate. And he was kind of finding himself in a position. He was like, I'll put everything I have on the table in order to win. And eventually he put his life on the table to go like, I have to win. I have to win. And, just sitting here now thinking about it, the reality is that's kind of human nature. I mean, human nature is we don't want to lose. And, sometimes we're willing to do to sustain major losses in order to be right. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, Cooper Saxe sustained he sustained the utmost cost by losing his life in order to be right.
When he first started out, he was going after Angela, and obviously it didn't happen, and she passed away. And then he got together with Jenny. But then I think the best of emotions, as we saw throughout the episodes, is that he let his emotions get to him, where maybe there was a moment of weakness that he kind of took the foot off the pedal, which led to his demise. Do you think?
I think that put it this way: if Jenny wasn't in his universe, he would still be alive.
Yeah.
I mean, the writers haven't told me that. They could be like, no, you were going to die no matter what. but for me, looking at the landscape of the storytelling and stuff, if Jenny was not involved in Cooper Saxe's life, he would still be alive. She's directly related to his death.
Do you think he would have ever crossed to the dark side?
Who, Cooper?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think eventually because I think the thing that we've learned about Cooper Saxe is that he just gains in complexity. Every year, it went from like being by the book, 100% by the book, this is how it's done, to kind of like, well, I'll bend the rules a little bit, I'll just do a little something, to like, what do we have to do to make it seem like this guy's guilty? Because we know he's guilty, but we don't have proof. I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to make sure that the judge will sign off on this. To, all right, I'm gonna do this myself. Mm-hmm. So that progression is kind of the whole, which, by the way, give it up to Courtney Kemp for crafting this incredible like trajectory of this character who went from a straight-laced dude to somebody that's willing to do whatever is necessary to make a case. Mm-hmm. And ultimately it cost him his life.
Throughout the different seasons that you've worked on the show, different producers, directors, and writers, how has your skill set as an actor evolved throughout the years that you've been on the show?
Well, I think the main thing that I've really taken away from the show is that as an actor, it's really vital to me to kind of really listen to a story and be like, what is my note? What is my instrument here? And how can I be of service to the story? Not make it about me, Shane Johnson, but to make it about Cooper Saxe, because listen, Shane Johnson has his own ideas, but Cooper Saxe is a character. And I feel like as an actor, I've done my best to really serve a character. And I know we're at time here. So, but I wanted to wrap that idea up.
Very quickly, where do we see you next?
Well, I got a bunch of things going on, man. I just did Chicago PD. I just did SWAT. I just did Blue Bloods. I did a show on Amazon Prime called Them. I did a couple episodes of that, which is awesome. I got a feature that I just shot out in Hawaii with my wife, which is called Dead Season, which is going to be awesome. And then I just finished another feature down in Atlanta. So I got a bunch of things that I've been doing. Like I said, it's weird because I finished shooting this over a year ago, and so I've been busy. I've been busy as hell, and just keeping it under wraps.
Shane, I want to congratulate you for a good run you've had on the show. You always made it fun. You made it popular. I'm definitely pouring one out for you.
Me too, man. I gotta find some alcohol.
We got to put one out for the OG because you definitely was a real one. So keep going. I'm sure I'll see you on these other shows. Hey, congrats on everything else going down for your life.
Thank you. I appreciate your voice, man. I appreciate you being involved. Thank you.